right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink today. Actually, it's what I've had to drink like a week ago, but you know, we try to film these the next day and then get them out as soon as we can, so you, our wine drinking people, can see all the great drinking we're doing and all the great wines that are available to you in South Florida here. We get a great allocation of hard to find wines like these Johnny Mathis wines, Le Dome and Mazerat. Wow, you know, the 2011 vintage, not very highly sought after from Bordeaux, but you know that with technology today, and Bordeaux being such a large place, that you're going to find some outstanding wines somewhere. And I'll tell you, these Saint Emilions from Johnny Mathis were just absolutely fantastic. We started out with the Pezat, which is kind of a new label they've created here. A nice package, and it's a blend of fruit from a combination of areas like Saint Emilion, Côte de Castillon, and Entre deux Mers. 90% Merlot and a little bit of Cabernet Franc, and maybe some other varietals make up the rest. Our gentleman was not exact with the grape varietals that presented these wines, but this wine, like a lot of the lesser 11s, a little bit flat on the nose. It did have some currant and plum fruit, little bell pepper, spice, and earthy notes. A very easy drinking wine, very soft, that plum and berry fruit showing up through the finish, short but pleasant. A good wine at 17 and a quarter. A little bit expensive for what it is, in my opinion. The Teyssier, a blend of 85% Merlot and 15% Cabernet Sauvignon. They claim to have the largest number of hectares in the Grand Cru designation in Saint Emilion. This is a very big property. They very well might. And the 2012 vintage, a more charming year from Bordeaux. Not a blockbuster, but a lot of forward fruit, really nice round tannins, very easy drinking wines, as this one is here. That's got a good amount of dirt on the nose, a little coffee, tobacco, fine herbs, and some nice spice complementing that plum and cherry fruit. An easy drinking wine, like I said, with a savory finish, really nice balance, and holding up nicely on the second day. I raised my score up a little bit to very good, and at $31.50, we still would like to see a little more value, a little better price quality to value ratio in these two wines. The Mazerat and the Le Dome, two cult wines, and they make 300 cases of these wines, all right? So am I going to complain about the price? Yes, because in Bordeaux, you've got to have your wine priced, you know, right, or you're not going to sell much. And obviously, the people on the internet bought these wines on Premier because they're selling them for what our wholesale cost is in some places in the country. This Vieux Chateau Mazerat, though, an absolutely stunning location here, right next to Ozone on the plateau. And all the Grand Crus are located in Saint Emilion. They only make a few hundred cases, so like I said, at $105, man, this blend of 80% Merlot and 20% Cabernet Franc has a beautiful bouquet, roasted coffee, fresh earth, kind of graphite notes coming out on the second day, sweet tobacco spice, nice complexity here on the tongue, that dark plum and rich cherry fruit, concentrated for a 2011, lots of extraction here, and fine tannins, dark spice, really nicely balanced. Not a blockbuster in size, but even better on the second day, shows wonderful balance, excellent juice. The Le Dome, wow, this is one of the most unique wines in all of Bordeaux. It's 90% Cabernet Franc. I can't think of another wine that's got that much Cabernet Franc in. Of course, you get Cheval Blanc that's 60%, but this is the crown jewel of the Jonathan Mathis portfolio. And wow, an incredible bouquet here. Dark spices, espresso, fresh dark earth, blueberry, blackberry, cassis liqueur. Wow, man, this wine is a little monster, big and chewy on the tongue, lots of layers here, dark blackberry, cassis liquor, and just an incredibly long finish. This wine is big, but has a lot of acidity here, and I'm guessing it's just going to get better and better, much better on the second day. Really, most excellent juice at $180. I think there's a lot of Bordeaux's that are much more than that. I mean, aren't this good? All right, the World's End, which is a project they started in Napa Valley. They used to have a project down in Australia when the business went south in 08 and they couldn't get the grapes. They killed that. But this World's End project from Beckstoffer, Stagecoach, they got some great fruit here in Napa. And this is a Cabernet Franc, a little sweet on the nose, almost like blueberry syrup, man. Violet floral notes, really big and fruity on the tongue. That sweet tobacco spice, that syrupy, rich fruit showing through, and that spicy tobacco. A massive wine, mouth-coning tannins here, still in the second day. Maybe a little out of balance for me. Cabernet Franc can be just too much of a monster sometimes, too tannic. The Sugarloaf Mountain Wavelength wine is a blend of Syrah and Cabernet Franc. I like this wine a little bit better, the 09 vintage. Got a little more age to it. Maybe that helped it out, being a little more round. The tannins a little more, making them a little more approachable, but still a big and chewy wine. Lots of tannins, lots of that spice and nuance from the nose. The black leather, the black licorice, black cherry liqueur, dark chocolate showing through on the finish. Starting to drink nicely now, but this wine needs a little bit more time. Excellent at $82.50. And then to finish off the tasting here, a little simple white from the Entre-deux-Mers area, the Pezat label again. And this wine's a blend of Sauvignon Blanc, Muscadel, and Semillon, the holy trinity of white grapes in Bordeaux. This wine's got a kind of a musky gooseberry and melon fruit on the nose. A simple, easy drinking wine with that lovely ripe tropical melon, pink grapefruit, a nice zest to the finish there. Very good at $14.75. And that's what we had to drink with our friends from Johnny Mathis Estates. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.